This episode is a compilation of different teachings that I have given at our Unstoppable Woman Income Breakthrough Summits. And you'll learn a ton here on all sorts of topics, including how to break through and be the woman who actually makes her income goal at that next level. I work with high achievers who are going for more, and yet they have found that they are blocked in some way. This is how you break through. So please listen in and learn. We have some great inspirational stories in this podcast as well. And if you're interested in being part of the Unstoppable Woman Income Breakthrough Summit, we have one coming up in November 5th, 6th, and 7th. And please join us there. We're doing it virtually. And you can find out more information about how to register at joinamiralive.com. That's joinamiralive.com. And with that, let's get started with the episode.
But if you want to raise your income, you need to raise your level of awareness. And that is both the tactical skills of business and the inner game piece, the belief piece. Today, we are diving into the freedom equation, okay? And this is where you want to take out pen to paper because we are going to do some mathematics, okay? But your first step is, what do you want? What is it that you actually want? How much money do you want to make? What kind of relationship do you want? What is the thing that you are going for right now? I encourage you all for today, I want you to pick your money number, okay? Even if money is not the end-all, be-all for you, even if that's not what you're like absolutely 100% going for, I want you to pick your money number for today. What is your more life directive calling forward in you? This is the way Spirit speaks to you. You want more life. You want expansion. You want growth. You're either growing or you're dying. What's your next growth look like? Particularly financially. And there are 3 types of goals. There is a sideways goal, a step goal, and a stretch goal. Sideways is maybe you're doing the same thing that you've done already, but it's in a different business or a different channel or a different part of your life, or you did it before and you're just doing it again because you want to cruise, okay? So you've made $30K, you're going to do 35 this year. That's a sideways goal, okay? Okay? You know you can do it already. A step goal is like you've made $30K, and you want to make $60K. Or you want, let me make it a little bit more step. You made $30K, you want to make 40 or 45. That's a step goal. It's still more, okay? But it's like just a step. Or maybe you've made 125 and you're going for 150. Okay, that's a step goal. These are not important, okay? They're not insignificant, they're not nothing, but they're just a step, okay? They are a safe goal, and usually these are the reasonable numbers we come up with. What would be reasonable for me to go for this? When you pick something that's like is calling to you, that kind of scares the pants off of you, you don't know how to do it, but you want it badly enough, that's what you're looking for. If you're not just a little bit afraid, like you're going to fall on your face and mess it up, you haven't picked a big enough goal. If you pick a small goal, not really worth doing the work on. Doesn't get you out of bed. Doesn't get you a little afraid, like, am I going to really do this? You want a little bit of that. So most people say, I can't do this right now, I'll do it in blank years. You must learn how to close the gap on time and do things faster than you ever thought possible. One of the things I am coaching you on right now is that if you want to close the gap on time and do things, achieve your goals faster than you ever thought possible, you have to pick bigger goals. You have to be committed to them. It's not like if I had said when I was making 138, I want to be a billionaire, okay? For one, it wasn't true. It wasn't a true desire. And it was completely unfathomable to me. It was outside of my frame of reference. I didn't even want it, okay? So the stretch goal cannot be a flip goal that you just, use because someone else said that, okay? You actually have to feel it in your body as a desire that's calling you forward, okay? So what's your goal? Okay, so step 2, we're breaking this down, okay? Where are you now? Okay, that's your goal, but where are you now? So if you have a financial goal, making 100K, and last year you made 30K, you're at 30K. If you have a financial goal of 100K, and last year you made $2,000, that's where you are now, okay? Or if you want to do it based on this year, if you've already started this process, right, which I hope you have, and you're making money this year, if you have a new goal, like maybe I expanded your conception of what you can go for, and you have a new goal now, okay, but you want that by the end of 2021, where are you at so far in your income generation, okay? So these are 3 ways of asking the same question. How much money did you make last year? If you do your annual calendar from January to December, you can do that's what you made last year. This is a new year. I'm going from there. Or you can say, how much money did you make this year? That's what I just explained. Okay, and you can do the math for this year. And then it's also important to say, what's the most you've made? Do you remember from the teaching from the last couple of days, those levels of awareness? Okay? If you have made, the most money that you've ever made in your business is 50K, that's the level of awareness that you're at. You know how to make 50K. Okay? If the most money you've ever made in your business in a year is 100K, that's your level of awareness. You know how to make 100K. You can come to the mic. If you've made 250 in your business, that's how much money you know how to make. That's your level of awareness. But if you want to raise your income, you need to raise your level of awareness. And that is both the tactical skills of business and the inner game piece, the belief piece. So now you need to chart a course. Step 3 of the freedom equation, chart a course. This is the mathematics of making money. It's just a math equation, you guys, okay? I want you to get this. We make earning more money, running a business, so much more complicated than it needs to be. It doesn't need to be that hard. It's a math equation. It's a math equation. So what's the math? Let's say you have a goal of making $1 million a year. I'm using my past goal, okay? You divide that by 12 months, that's $83,333.33. I was very familiar with that number, okay? I was talking to Sophie about that, and she was like, and it's like $83,333.33, okay? Like, I fell in love with that number. I rounded up to 84, but yeah. Okay. Then you're going to want to divide that by 4.3 weeks, because there's 4.3 weeks in a month. And that comes to $19,379.85. Then you're going to want to divide it by the number of days in the week. No, did I say that right? Days in the week, yes. So that's $2,768.55 per day. And you're going to make 2 sales a day, because you're a badass. And that's selling something for $1,384.27. That's a math equation. Is there something you could create that had that value? Now, your math equation might be different. You might have a different product or service, right? That's not at this number. It's a different number. You might be selling something of a very low price, but you sell a lot of them. Or you might be selling something of a high price. But it's a simple math equation. But you're spending a lot of time doing sales every day. And you're like, I don't know that I want to be every day making sales. Now, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to coach you up, and if you join the program, you hear me say this, then in the beginning, you need to do your sales. You're 100% personally responsible for that. You need to learn how to be in authenticity in your sales and do sales, okay? You don't abdicate that. Okay? But at some point, you're like, I could really use some help around this. This is where you hire someone to sell for you. You need a salesperson, okay? Now, most people would take the $1,385 and say, okay, I'm going to give them a 10 or 20% commission. Like at this price point, this is probably a 10% commission. That's $138. Maybe if I'm generous, I'd give them $500 a sale. So that means, though, that I have to sell more because I have to take that off the top line. But what I loved about learning this was that you can just hire someone and you just add it to the price. Then it's easy. They make their $500, you make your $1,384, and you make your $1 million. That's how to leverage, guys. And if they made 2 sales a day, that's $1,000 a day, $7,000 a week, 4.3 weeks in a year, that's $30,000 a month. You think you could find someone who'd be psyched about working with you for $30K a month? 12 months a year, $361,000. I bet there are a lot of people in this room who'd be like, sign me up, right? Okay, go learn sales, okay? But first, learn it for yourself, okay? So this is a simple math equation. I learned this from my mentor. And it blew my mind when I saw it because I was like, he says it differently than I do. He doesn't talk about math equations, okay? But I was like, oh my God, that's a simple math equation. It's just math. I am in my story. I am in my noise. I am in my self-doubt. So what do you want? What's your goal and by when? Can you write that down? And then the next question is, where are you now and what are your current results? Now let's do the math. What's the gap? How are we going to close the gap on that money? So there's 3 ways to make more money. Raise your prices, increase the quantity that you sell, add a new channel of income. 3 ways. Everything, top line revenue, comes in these 3 ways. Which one will you choose? Decide quickly. Okay? So, do the math with your current pricing. Does it get you there? So do it a month. What's your monthly number? What are you selling? If you sell multiple things, take the average. So if you want to get to 10K a month, and the thing that you are selling is 2,000, you need to sell 5 of them. 10,000 divided by 2,000. If you're selling 1 a month, do you think you can get to 5? The challenge is, if you have an income goal of 10,000 and the thing you're selling is $47, let me say $50, then you have to sell 2,000 $50 thing, okay? Is your marketing in place for that? Can you do that? Is that viable? What would your reach need to be? How would you put that in play? So when you're thinking about which of these things to do, raise your prices, increase quantity, or add a new channel, you have to see whether it's viable also, okay? What you're called to do, what would raising your prices look like? What would selling more look like? What would the new channel look like? Does that even fit your life? So It's not that the math is hard or that what you need to do is hard. It feels hard. The truth here, you bring truth to the equation means you bring the laws, the clarity that those bring to the math. Because it's a lie that you're unworthy of making this money that you want. You have to bring truth to it. And that's all the stuff that we've been talking about in terms of the laws, in terms of self-image, subconscious programming, self-worth, all of that. So it's understanding the truth of who you are and building an accurate self-image, the laws, and living them. So learning them, reading the book is not enough. Coming to the conference is not enough. Because you're going to make exceptions for yourself. You just will. You won't hold yourself to a higher standard. You need to be with someone who is going to bring light to what you're experiencing. Okay? Otherwise, you're just in the same loop. Okay. And you must take action. That's step number 5. Knowledge without application does not get results. Okay? You have to do the scary things. You do. What are your needle-moving actions? Write them down. Do yourself a favor. What are the top 3 things that you need to do right now? You know what they are. You know what they are. Write them down. What are your needle-moving actions? And then you have to stay accountable to those actions and build new habits that get you to where you want to go. How you're doing your life and business right now is getting you the current results that you have. If you want different results, you need to put different causes into effect. It's a different habit. Don't go into denial about that. Work your success plan according to law, okay? 3 kinds of breakthrough actions required. Okay, so you need to take action. First is massive action. This is just where you're like, okay, I'm gonna do all the things. I'm gonna move the boulder up the mountain. It's massive action. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there's a time and a place for that. Okay? It's just a lot. It's like you're gonna do a lot. Doesn't have to be like that all the time, but there's a time and a place for that. Then there's immediate action. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but like, what is the immediate action that you need to do right now? The thing that's right in front of you that's gonna move the needle. And then we have consistent action, the stuff that you do in your business no matter what. I know that money comes from source, through people, through sales. So what do I do consistently? I build relationships. I'm a human being. I have conversations with people. I know if I'm consistently having conversations with people, a certain amount of those people will want more. So that's an easy habit because I like people, okay? And I've moved through my fears of rejection, not being good enough, fear of judgment, that I'm asking too much in this world. But I had to start somewhere, guys. And when I first started, it was really uncomfortable because I thought every time I talked to someone, they would know that I was seeing them as a potential client and think that I was icky and wrong and bad. And I had to learn how to be in conversation with someone as me, wholly as me, who is a normal human being and someone who's running a business that you might want to buy from. And I had to learn how to hold all of that and not reject a part of myself and be able to have real conversations with people that didn't have that like underbelly of anxiety to it, that ick, okay? But what do you need to do? Write those 3 things down. Massive action, immediate action, consistent action. And this is where you brainstorm the plan. If I want to make this much money, and I know it's one of these 3 ways, and I figured out I'll do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, what are the consistent actions that I need to put into place? What are the big actions that I need to put into place? What are the immediate things I need to do? So we live in an easy and abundant universe. Be open to receiving the way, getting the guidance. It probably won't look like what you had in mind. So as you're playing this out and you get that little wisp of an idea, oh, really, the business is this. And you're, no, I need to focus on that little wisp. What is that? What does that mean? How do I know the difference between like shiny object syndrome and if that's distraction or if that's spirit guiding me? And fundamentally, you have to follow it and not be afraid of making a mistake and start triangulating your experience around that. Oh, when I get those kinds of wisps of an idea, that's actually spirit talking to me. You know that looking backwards, okay? You've triangulated that. But you have to be willing to make the mistake. You have to be willing to experience something that's not what you want so that you can go, oh, that's me being in fear and going into overwhelm and distraction, not following the truth that I'm being guided to take. So be open to the opportunities, okay? So what are your ideas? What are your ideas? Hopefully you've been writing them down as I've been talking, okay? What are your ideas? Order the steps that you have right now. Don't overcomplicate this, but you probably have 5, 10 really great ideas by now, okay? This. What is the order of them? Which comes first? Okay? Now you can make a decision around which comes first from a variety of different places. One, you know the order, like I can't hire this person until I write the job description and I get clear. But you can also look at the order of steps by what are you most drawn to? Like the thing that you really want to be working on. And if it doesn't like make you self-sabotage in another way, go for it, okay? It has the juice behind it, okay? So order your steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The places that you have fear or excitement about that you're resisting generally are the things that are going to move the needle. And you need to do them first. Okay? I need to say yes to my dreams. Okay? I need to go forward even though I don't have a whole plan. Okay? Resisting that. I'm resisting calling that investor, right? I need to do that. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. Love that quote. The boredom, the drudgery, the shoulds, not where you want to start. Yet some are essential, so you have to change your attitude about them. This is nuanced, okay? So here's the thing. When you're in business for yourself, you're the owner of your business, the buck stops with you. There are things I do in my business still that other people, they are other people's roles, but I need them done, and I need them done now, and they haven't been done, and I'm going to show up. Buck stops with me, okay? And then we iterate on that, so that's no longer the case. But there's a time and a place where there's some things that are essential, and you need to just get them done, okay? But if there's something in your business that doesn't light you up, you fall in love with it for the time being as you leverage and hire someone to do those things for you, okay? So what is the fastest path to cash? Okay? You want to create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you're ready or not to put this plan in action. Whether you're ready or not. Being ready, that's a con game. You're never going to be ready. You're never ready until you've already done the thing. Okay? There's no ready, you're not going to feel secure until you already have proven that you can do it. Then write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire and the time limit for its acquisition. State what you intend to give for the money and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate it. That is what we have just done. You have one life, guys. You have to stop getting ready to get ready. It doesn't work that way. You do the thing and you get the energy to do the thing. You do the thing and you get the energy to do the thing. Okay? You don't grow your business until you grow your business. Okay? You have to do the thing. Step 6 is stay unstoppable. Do not stop. You must become unstoppable. Okay. You must move beyond your programming, beyond your alibis. You must move beyond your rationalizations, excuses. beyond why I can't. There's a great Tony Robbins quote, when you say I can't, you say I must. I'm probably paraphrasing that a little off, okay? But when you say to yourself, I can't, you actually have to say, that's what I must do. That's the resistance. You need to move towards the resistance. Okay, so I'm going to do a little lead in, and then if you could introduce yourself as well, that would be great. Nikki is someone who, when she joined our Spirit of Wealth program, was actually, I'm just going to let you tell the story because I don't want to screw up the numbers, but it was quite significantly, and tell them what you do and where you were at and where you are now. Just tell your story. There you go.
Okay,
that's my
check.
lead in.
I have a little bit of notes. Hopefully I don't ramble. Okay. So I'm a professional home organizer, and I specialize in a no guilt, no shame approach to getting particularly families, but anybody's life in a space where you can, I create spaces where life is lived. So it's customized to your experience, your life, and I come in with empathy and compassion and understanding because I'm ADHD. I have 4 kids, 3 dogs, 2 cats, and a turtle, and I've experienced most of the things. But before Spirit of Wealth, I just kind of survived on odd jobs. I had gotten a divorce, which was an amazing thing for me, even though it was scary. Had a job at $10 an hour as a baby teacher, where I was 6 to 6,
and
no time with my family.
I didn't know this, but you told me the other day when we were talking about your numbers that you had lived off of $30,000, selling a house and receiving $30,000 for how many years?
3 years.
Okay.
3 years
Like she
with
was
my income that I brought in. I just looked at my AGI this morning. It was under 10 grand me bringing in every year, and I was making all of this work. So I understand working from the bootstraps, and
let me just ask a question because everyone wants to know. How much did you make last month?
Last month I made, I think it was $2,300, and last week I made $1,900. So I've made over 10 grand since I've met Amira. I didn't have a business when I met her. I didn't have an idea of a business until day 2 of that summit. Like, she reached out to me personally, which I thought was so amazing and beautiful. And I get sales, I understand the way it works, but it just felt so personal, and everything she was saying worked along with the self-work that I've been doing for myself. And I was like, this is a way to get that even further, to get that support, that community, and really do the things that I have the potential for. I've always known it's there. I've always been on the edge of it. And I think she loved the passion that I brought with me as well.
Yeah,
so thank you so much for this opportunity to be with these people.
You're so welcome. And it's just the beginning. So Heather's quantum leap is 34 to 92 to 150,
it's
right?
Three times, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. And Nikki's quantum leap is an equal quantum leap from not making more than 10K in a year and not having a business to having a business and making $1,900 a month. Okay, a week now.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I said your numbers wrong, sorry.
Well, I just realized that. I was like, oh my God, I made almost as much as my biggest month in a week.
Yeah.
I got 3 more weeks to go.
Yeah. And can you share what's changed for you emotionally? And you had a big terror barrier also. You want to share about that? Because I think it's important for people to understand that it's not all, I like to say, rainbows and unicorns, right?
I love rainbows and unicorns.
I know, don't we all, right? But you had, I don't know when that was, but you came to one of our calls and you had a pretty big terror barrier happening.
Yeah, I was in absolute utter confusion and overwhelm. I've, 3 of my kids are homeschooled right now, and my bedroom is 2 offices, the extra bathroom where all of the pets hang out, and, it's hard to put a boundary on that doorway, and I didn't have a boundary on my time. And it was making it really complicated for me to do anything without feeling shame and guilt, either for working or for not working. And Amira, in just this one little call, was able to help me figure out what that schedule looked like. And I told the kids that night at dinner, and the next day, it was from 10 to 5, mom's working. And from 5 to 10, my phone goes away, everything goes away, and I'm focused on you guys. And it made such a huge difference, because before, it didn't matter what I was doing, something was being missed. I couldn't sit down and play a board game with them or whatever, Yeah. Totally. So it made just such a huge difference. Great. And I'm able to kind of take these things to my kids as well and teach them along the way, so that maybe they don't have to make quite as many mistakes, or at least they have that background knowledge, Yeah,
I love it. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey there. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed that episode. If you're ready to take it to the next level and want to make your income breakthrough, then I am personally inviting you to join us at the Unstoppable Woman Income Breakthrough Summit. It is happening November 5th, 6th, and 7th. And I would love to have you there, especially if you're someone who is high achiever, but hitting a block. I want to show you how to master your marketing, master your mindset, and master scaling your business and growing it to the next level. This is a 3-day immersive event. I will be the only one teaching you, and you'll get me for 3 full days. This is the place that people make their breakthrough, and I would hate for you to miss it, and I would love for you to be there. So please check it out at joinamiralive.com, and I'll see you there.